Good evening to you, Dhruba Jyoti, and thank you so much for being here as the first guest for the Groundspeak series that has been introduced and started by Asian Confluence as one of its newest projects. And on behalf of the entire team of Asian Confluence, I welcome you to the first episode of Groundspeak series and thank you for accepting to be a part of this series.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So before we move on to talking about the thing that we have come here to talk about, your startup that is Brahmaputra Fables, and as I've seen on many social media platforms, you have shared has grown by manifolds and is on the path to become one of the successful startups that is connecting the local artisans, craftsmen in Assam, where we both belong from, taking the
Yeah.
craft, taking the pure culture, and spreading it and proliferating it to the entire country and the world also, because you have been exporting your products to different countries. So, just an icebreaker, what is Brahmaputra Fables and how did you come up with the idea, and how is how do you feel now seeing that your idea, your project is making so much progress and developing the lives of the artisans and the craftsmen for whom you build this platform?
Sure, sure. Thank you for the question. So, like the idea started when I was pursuing my master's in Pondicherry Central University. So there I found out that there is a craze for Northeastern handicrafts and handloom products by other states people. My friends were from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Delhi, Mumbai, and they always ask for products when there is any holiday, there is any vacation. They will call me or they will say like, "Is bar tu kar jayega to please bring something authentic from
Yeah.
Northeast India." So then I realized that there is a gap. So I researched at Amazon and Flipkart at that time in 2014, 15, 16.
Yeah.
At that time I was doing my master's. At the time, either the products were not available at Amazon or Flipkart or the prices were too high. So that's when I thought like there is a gap, the market gap, and we need to address that gap. And as I belong from Sarthebari,
Yeah.
the brass and bell metal craft village of Assam, so I always wanted to showcase the brass and bell metal crafts to the world because it's known by only Assamese communities. And people don't know how essential it is. Like if you eat on bell metal plates, there is some essential elements which can get into your stomach,
Yeah.
and that is good for health. So so when I came back from Pondicherry University, I I got too many offers from like various companies teaching job opportunities, research opportunities, as I am from chemistry background, and my parents were also expecting that I will join ONGC job or some like POSI scientist job because like I have passed MSc chemistry. But then I thought like as I was thinking this project for these last 2 years, let's have a go at it. So then we launched Brahmaputra Fables on on January 2017, the Facebook page,
Yeah.
and we started with 30 artisans selling 100 products at start.
That's wonderful to know, and of course, from 30 artisans, you have grown to a much larger base now, and you're covering.
Yes.
What's the current number that you're covering? If you can give us
Yeah.
an
So
estimate.
yeah. Currently, like at Brahmaputra Fables, like recent database update is it is like around 3,089 artisans are digitally integrated at Brahmaputra
So you
Fables.
started with 30 artisans, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's almost 100 times increase in your coverage and in your reach.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you, as a startup, when you solve the problem, because it is not the customer's problem that they are not getting authentic handicrafts and handloom products from Northeast,
Yeah.
but it is also artisans' problem that they are not getting the right amount of money or they are not getting to sell it across the globe under their own name.
Yeah.
Like people might be taking their products in bulk and selling abroad, but like now it is getting selling on their own brand name. Like who is the artisans? People will know like if you shop a product from Brahmaputra Fables, you will know which artisan is making it,
All right.
from where it is coming from. There will be no Brahmaputra Fables logo attached to it. You will get the directly product from the artisans only.
So that's wonderful to know that you're giving the credit where it's due. And
Exactly.
so moving on from there, we all know that your platform acquires these products from the artisans, from the craftsmen, and sells it to the people who want it or who are in need of it. So, but we all know that throughout this year, the most of the period of this year was spent under lockdown, with everything locked, the economy under a lock, and everything. No, there was no selling activity or buying activity, and it affected the people like the artisans, craftsmen more their uh, because of their lack in, if I can say, lack in financial security, lack in other ways to earn. So can you give us an idea as to how did these local artisans, craftsmen, the cottage industries in Hualkusi, how did they survive? What was the impact of this lockdown or the pandemic on them? What is the current status?
Yeah. So like when the lockdown happened on March, like as we are a e-commerce operations and as there is logistics involved,
Yeah.
so as the lockdown happened, like our operations got crippled. And like as we are a bootstrap startup, like we are not a startup which is funded by some VC so that we have any runway. So without selling, like and as we do not have more funds, we could not like as a small startup, we could not support them like financially. That is very true. That is very blatantly I can tell it because that is the truth. But yes, like government of Assam supported bell metal artisans. Like CM visited them and paid 1 crore rupees to the artisan community at Sarthebari. So that's how some relief packages are done. But yeah, their situation got distressed because in cottage industries, people need to work in a group. So with the rule of social distancing, they could not do that also. So cottage industries, as selling got blocked, if we also wanted to stock the product to keep inventory, we could not do that because the production cottage industries is also in halt due to social distancing. Policemen were like traveling across and they were like checking if there is any violation of social distancing. So that was the problem in weaving. Like there is a interesting thing because weavers work alone,
Yep.
and there is a minimum distance is there. So our weavers were working. Some of the communities were working at Bisanath Chariali, and we did we made mask. Like people are making gamusa mask. Then we thought like this is the opportunity because we have that market access available. So we when there was an announcement from CDC and Ministry of Health and Family Welfare that cloth mask can be worn by civilians, frontline workers should wear surgical mask or something. At least face cover can be
Yeah.
worn. So then we ventured into mask making,
All right.
and our artisan made around like the communities which were involved in making masks, they made more than 2 lakh rupees during the pandemic by selling masks to Brahmaputra Fables. And we did not charge them any single penny of our technology platform. We shipped masks to United States. We shipped masks to the British Museum, London. And we had orders from Delhi. We had orders from Bangalore. We also shipped masks to Indian Postal Service for their postmans. So yeah, it was a win-win situation for everyone. And like we did what we could at that time because as an entrepreneur, you need to search for solution. And we always can grieve about problems, but at the end of the day, like as an entrepreneur, we only talk about solutions. We only think about the solutions.
And if I ask you exclusively about these artisans, these workers, these craftsmen, and the weavers that you're
Yeah.
talking about, if I ask you exclusively about them and keep Brahmaputra Fables aside, for them,
Sure.
as someone you have seen them very closely, so as per you, what were the main problems that they faced? Were they in procurement of material? Were they in procurement of helping hands in others? Or was the entire concept of lockdown that they were locked in their homes or had to be there because they need to stay safe as well? That certainly affected their business a lot. Was it that way that it affected that the lockdown affected their business, or was there other kinds of difficulties that these people are facing even now that we are in the post lockdown phase and things are opening? So if you have to
Yeah.
answer
So
that only from their perspective, how would you
yeah,
describe
yeah.
it?
Yeah, so like post lockdown, as there is like people are already coming up with like buying options, they are searching for products. So post lockdown, it is getting normal
Yeah.
easily. So like now artisans are getting daily work, they are working. But
Yeah.
at the time of lockdown, yeah, the main problem was like get like as they earn mostly like in daily wages,
Yeah.
so it was completely stopped.
All right.
So the problem was not in procurement, or problem was not in logistics. For them, the problem was two times meal.
Yeah. That's
They
very
need
true.
to like have their food on their plate. So like these bigger problems like procurement, program in logistics, these are not their problem. Like the main problem was like they need two times food per plate. So that's why they work very hard. So yeah, some do in not interest, but at the end of the day, everybody needs money. So the main problem was like if I have to summarize that, the main problem they faced was like lockdown for them. Like people will say like you need to save so that you have to get lockdown in your house, but like they will not think of that as a problem. But for them, like as their business got hampered, that is a huge problem.
So, right now that as we say that they are in the post-lockdown phase, or that people are now starting to buy the products again, that everything is resuming to get back to normal. What is the current status of their businesses? As in, are they back at where they were before the lockdown was imposed, or are they slowly getting there, or has there been a increase in profit? If not, if I not do not use the word profit, is there has there been an increase in their consumer base, or are they still struggling to reach that level where they were before the lockdown started?
Yeah, so the like it's not like the like when it was before like January 2020, it's not like that. But yeah, like slowly everyone is getting on feet, and yeah, we always look on the optimistic part. Like yeah, consumer base is not increasing because middle class has no money right now.
Yeah.
So only the urban middle, that is the white collar and SME owners are buying the products because they only have the money right now because so many layoffs are there. So yeah, it is not easy for them right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody is on work. Nobody has discontinued the work.
Yes.
Everybody is like they are hoping for the best, and we are targeting June 2021 when we will be back again.
All right. So if I ask you, currently we are almost at the end of this year, of this horrific year that it has been. Going into 2021, it's a two-part question. What are your ambitions as Brahmaputra Fables? How do you look, or how do you wish to approach 2021 and set your objectives for it? And for these artisans, craftsmen, these local people, what is their uh, desires or ambitions going into 2021, if you have to describe them? How do they feel, how do you feel that they will target this very new year that is coming very soon towards them?
Yeah, so like we are expecting 2021 will be a great year. So from our artisans' perspective, they are also hoping that
Yeah.
they want to work hard and they want to create some wealth for themselves because like this has been a very horrific year,
Yeah.
and they want to like end 2021 with a great note because like 2021, like we are hoping, everyone is hoping like it will bring new possibilities, it will bring so many opportunities for them. Our
True.
artisans are hoping. We are also targeting so many other handicrafts mela, handicrafts week. We are trying to have collaboration with Amazon, Flipkart. We are also trying to do some B2B deals with some foreign sustainable fashion store. So yes, like as Brahmaputra Fables as artisans, like we we are targeting that like next year will be a good year because like this sustainable fashion or eco-friendly products trend will not go away very soon.
Also, one more important aspect of this pandemic or this lockdown has been the loss of jobs, the loss of
Yeah.
business. Many businesses have shut down, especially the small scale businesses, the small industries, cottage industries. Now, as per your knowledge, have you seen or have you witnessed any of these artisans or craftsmen who were running these small businesses or small shops? They have shut down, or has there been any cases of complete shutdown of businesses, complete shutdown of shops, of activity? in
Yeah, like
Salfabari
I
or
have,
any of
yeah,
your artisan base?
yeah, like we have a huge artisan base, and like like in every place there is a creative head at Brahmaputra Fables who looks after the artisans. So yeah, like as a startup, we always wanted to provide them like some sort of relief so that like they can like it's a like consultancy or it's a financial help in what way we could do. And there are so many entrepreneurs working with Brahmaputra Fables.
Yeah.
It's not that I am only working. There are
Yes.
so many entrepreneurs who are working and who are changing lives. So in my terms, like I have came across people who posted on social media some new artisans were integrated at the time of pandemic, like they are not able to sell, they want to close their shop. At that time, I reached out to them, said like now as lockdown has opened, we are already opened, we are now selling products, so you can just list your products at Brahmaputra Fables. So yeah, we are trying like with this lockdown, we are making more people digital with Brahmaputra Fables. We are trying to make it more digital with simple WhatsApp clicks and all because like we
Yeah.
don't want them with like GST, product portfolio, product photography. We don't do those things. We teach them normal. So in fortunately in my eyes, yeah, I have seen so many people getting laid off. I have seen so many people jobs got lost. But in like because like in northeast, the artisan base is completely different. Uh, like like they always have like this pride, they always do their artisan work, they love it to do it. So it's like whenever in national conference also I get asked the question like how you are helping artisans, but I always say I am not helping the artisans, the artisans are helping me.
Helping. That's
So
wonderful.
it's always other way around, and this is the curious case of northeast artisans, you will never know.
Of course. So, at the end, before we end this wonderful discussion that we have had about the artisans, about the culture of Assam, now, as we have moved into the post lockdown phase and the year is ending, and the government has introduced a lot of schemes to help these small scale industries, startups such as yours. So, do you think that all these schemes going into 2021 will provide a boost to your startup and through you to to the activity of all these artisans, of all these craftsmen and cottage industry, silk industry in the rural areas of Assam? And do you feel that through it, and do you have an ambition rather to expand your business and expand the culture of Assam to neighboring countries or to our international neighborhood?
Yeah, like we are already in talks with like different sustainable fashion brands
All right.
across like Europe, United States, and we are planning to expand our horizon to different levels. Like they will be selling our products. There will be a Fables Corner.
All
We are
right.
also trying to come up with the tourism sector. Like there will be a boost
Okay.
in tourism next year. So we are trying to place Fables kiosk at different
Okay.
tourism destination so that people come and people take our product. And uh, like 2021 strategy will be like yeah, we need to expand, we need to scale it up,
Yeah.
and these government like initiatives are really gonna help. I guess there will be Assam election is there,
Yes.
so there will be some halt in the funding process, but once I guess that lifted up, like that code of conduct gets lifted, then I guess there will be like before election also we will be looking at so many great initiatives which is taken by the government.
All right.
So yes, we are really hopeful, and like this is a huge task, and a small startup like Brahmaputra Fables cannot do it alone. You need government support, you
Of
need people
course.
support.
Of course. That's wonderful to hear. And, that was your idea, your startup was one of the premier reasons that I thought of contacting you and getting you as the first guest for the Groundspeak series by Asian Confluence, because our idea or our concept of starting a series as such is quite similar to your idea of creating a platform to promote our culture, to promote the Northeastern and the Assamese culture to different to across boundaries, if I can say. So again,
Yes,
this was a wonderful and a hearty discussion, and it is wonderful to know about that the artisans and the craftsmen are getting back to where they were during before the lockdown or before the pandemic hit all of us. And I hope that 2021 brings a wonderful year for them, for you, and this platform, and through your platform, the artisans and everyone develop more and achieve more success, and their livelihoods improve. And we as Northeasterners, as people of Assam, won't be more proud to see our culture going across boundaries and getting known and getting acclamation and appreciation from everyone around the world. So, on that note, thank you so much for doing that, and thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
doing
Thank you
this
so
with
much.
us, the Asian Confluence. And on
Thank you.
behalf of the team, I thank you again for being a part, and hope to meet you soon in person and discuss more about the culture of Assam, your startup, and every other thing that we can discuss.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.